Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to day 25 of Everyday October. Can you believe we're nearly at the end? We're nearly at the end of posting every single day in October. Wowzers. And today is this look here. This is like a bronzy smoky eye but with a really intense blue liquid liner. Everything is really matte, the skin is really matte. The only glow that we've got going on the skin is from my favourite autumnal blush, the one that I reach for all the time in autumn, and I'm digging it out for this video here. So if you want to see all of the products that I used and how I created this look, then just keep on watching. So I'm going to be starting with my base products today because everything that I'm using on the eyes I have used before and I know that I'm like safe, I'm not going to get any sort of fallout. So starting with the Revolution IRL Filter Foundation. I'm not using a primer today. I'm not using what I would normally use, which is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Primer Illuminating thing. I'm not using that today because I want more of a matte base, which is very unlike me. If you've seen any of my videos then you will know I love an illuminated base, but I just feel like with the amount of glowy products that I want to use on the eyes, I feel like a nice matte base will look good. So 1 pump of foundation all over, and I'm going to start blending it out with a brush. This is the Real Techniques Seamless Complexion brush, and I'm going to start blending it out with that, but I do also have a sponge just in case I feel like I need it. So I'm happy with all of that blended out just with the brush. I feel like that's given me more coverage than it would if I was using the sponge as well, and I prefer that. So that's just 1 pump, and that has just completely blanked everything out. That foundation is truly fantastic. I'm just going to go with a little bit of concealer just right on those inner corners. So this is the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer. I wear this in the shade Fair 5 and the foundation was in F3. Yes, F3. And then using the Real Techniques contour brush for my concealer, just keeping it quite tight in to that inner corner. I did put the foundation like right up to the under eyes. I feel like with this foundation I don't need to add too much concealer, so I sort of use the foundation as a concealer as well. Like I take it right over the eyelids and sort of over everywhere, and then I just use the concealer more to like highlight under the eyes and things like that rather than the extra coverage. I feel like the foundation has a great amount of coverage on its own. So that is everything nicely blanked out. I'm now going to add a little bit more of that colour back into the skin. So this is the Revolution Ultra Cream Bronzer in the shade Light. I have used this quite a few times on my channel. I feel like this is very cool toned, which I feel will tie in nicely with the finished look. I feel like I don't want the skin to be too bronzy because the eyes are going to be very bronzy. I don't know, I suppose you can see at the end if I want to add more of that bronziness into the skin, but I'm just going to use a really tiny bit of this. This is really pigmented. I'm just going to use a tiny bit of that on my Expert face brush and just lightly add some of that colour back in. I'm going to tap over all of the face with a powder. I don't normally do this, but like I say, I want more of a matte base. So this is the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. This is just in the translucent 001 transparent shade, and I'm using a big fluffy brush and just stamping this all over the face, because although that foundation says that it's this like soft matte finish, I feel like on me with very dry skin, I feel like it looks quite dewy, but not in like a dewy way. Like, it just looks so natural that I don't feel like it gives me a matte finish. Does that make sense? I'm not making any sense, am I? I'm going to go in very tightly right under the cheekbones with the darkest shade out of this e.l.f. contour palette. This is in the light medium shade, and I'm going to tap into the darkest shade, but only really, really lightly, just to sculpt out those cheekbones a little bit more, just right at the back. Just with that same big fluffy brush, I'm taking the tiniest amount, like basically just what I've got left on the brush, and taking that down the sides of the nose, like so. And then for blush, I'm going in with this Milani one, which is my favourite autumnal blush. This is one of the baked blushes in the shade 03 Berry Amore, and this sort of has the same tones as the nail varnish as well. So even though we're using all of these matte products, this has the tiniest little bit of like shimmer in it, and it just brings so much life to the skin, and I love this colour at this time of year. It's not one that I reach for like in the summer. I just never seem to think that that colour suits me in the summer, but as soon as September and October hit, I'm like, that is the blusher that I want. And that soft glow, even though the base is very matte, I feel like that soft glow in the blush, it's just so juicy and lovely. I love it. For the eyebrows, I'm going to go in with these two. This is the XX Revolution Faux Brow in the shade medium brown, and the e.l.f. Wow Brow in brunette. So I'll be back when I've got some brows on my head. I always feel like I need a hot beverage break after I've done my brows, because I have to like concentrate so much on doing my brows, like I don't breathe, and then like I need a minute before I carry on with everything else. So for the eyes, I'm going in with the contour palette that we used on the face, that darker shade that we used on the face. I'm going to just put a little bit of that through the crease, just for something for the next product to blend into. So I'm going in with a big fluffy brush into that darkest shade and tap it off and just put that through the crease and really like blend it out and smoke it out. And I'm also taking that under the eyes, so I am looking up into my mirror and smoking that out under the eyes as well, and joining it up on the outer corner. And then we're going in with the main like colour for the lid. So this is the Barry M Euphoric Metallic Cream Eyeshadow. This is in the shade Dazed. So you can see where I was going with that like eyeshadow matching the nails. That's the whole like vibe that I was going for, that like bronzy, warm, glittery. Love it. So going in with a flatter sort of shader brush, I suppose, and picking up some of that product on there, and then all I do is I look down into my mirror and I just start tapping this across the lid, just roughly where I want it, taking it right up to the crease, if indeed that is how high I want to take it, right out to the outer corner. And then once I've got all that colour down, I flip my brush over, and this side is cleaner and a little bit fluffier, and I just blend out that top edge into where I've put the powder bronzer contour shade, and that is it. It's so quick, and look at the pigment of that colour. I mentioned this in a video recently talking about all of the products that I regret buying, and part of me does regret buying this, but since that video I've used this a few times. The problem is it stains your lids. It stains wherever you put it. When I very first used this, when I very first tested it out, I did this huge like graphic liner thing, and the blue was on my eyelids for like 3 days. I'm just going to be doing like a standard wing today, so that doesn't bother me so much because I can just cover it up for the next 3 days with a wing, like just with a normal liquid like brown or black or whatever, so that doesn't bother me so much. But just, it's worth noting, it does stain your lids, so I'm going to do quite a big graphic wing, but something that I can cover up for the next couple of days. So that is a statement wing. I mean, I really do like this colour, and I like the colour contrast between like the bronze and the blue. I feel like we need lashes and then I'll have like a better idea of how this is going to look, but I really like that. I think that looks really cool. Let me know what you think. So I'm going in with the Rimmel Thrill Seeker mascara. I have a full review on this. It doesn't last the longest, but I don't need it to today. So using this, because it does give really like dramatic full lashes, it's just not the best at being long lasting, I found. So that's the mascara on. I'm contemplating firstly if I need like a white liner in the waterline, and secondly if I need more bronzer. I think I'll do more bronzer and then I'll see how I feel about the waterline. So I will just go in with that slightly warmer shade out of that e.l.f. palette with a fluffy brush and just add a little bit of that. It is very pigmented, so just a little bit of that. So I feel like the warmth in the eyes is sort of dragging the colour out of my skin, if that makes sense. I'm just going to tap a little bit more blush on. When in doubt, always add more blush. I feel like that's quite good advice. I will go in with a little bit of a nude liner in the waterline. This is the Rimmel Scandalise Waterproof Kohl Liner in 005 Nude. I just feel like that will brighten up the eyes. And I will also tap a little bit of that highlighter shade out of the e.l.f. palette right on the inner corner. And then for the lips, I'm going in with the Revolution Satin Kiss lip liner. This is the one in the shade White Wedding. So I'm just going to line and overline the lips. And I have also slightly coloured in the lips with the liner. Then I'm going in with the e.l.f. Plumping Lip Gloss in the shade Mocha Twist. I love these two together. This is like a classic combination for me. And this lip gloss does actually have some pigment to it. It does have colour, but obviously it is a gloss, so once that wears down, then you've got that lip liner underneath for the colour that will last. So that is me done. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Is this the kind of look that you would wear? Because I would absolutely wear this like really bright intense blue liner with this like smoky bronzy eye. Like I say, these cream eyeshadows from Barry M are fantastic. They're so underrated. I wish more people spoke about them. I wish they would come out with some more colours because the colour range is quite limited, and I wish that they had some more exciting offerings in this like formula because it is genuinely so good. Let me know if you've tried these before. Let me know what you think down below because I think they're fantastic. But that is the finished look. Let me know what you think. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Please subscribe if you want to see more from me. We are nearly at the end of Everyday October, but I do normally post 3 times a week on a Monday, a Wednesday and a Saturday, so there's always new videos from me to be seen. But until next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye.